Moi! My name is Jana and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode number 131. I'm a knitter, crocheter, spinner and yarn dyer, crafter. I'm a crafter from Finland and welcome to my craft room. I'm here. I try to be here every week for you to keep you company while you're knitting or relaxing or doing something else. So you're very welcome here in my craft room. Today we will be talking about knitting, crochet, and teeny bit of cross stitch. What? Unexpected, right? I'll explain later. So you can find me on Instagram as Kittenits and on Ravelry as Kittenits and on Ko-fi and Patreon as Finnish Knitting Stories. Let's begin. How have you been? I hope all is well. I had rather hectic week. To be honest, not feeling my best today and throughout the week, but I hope that's not gonna affect the overall mood and energy of this video. Let's hope so. It's a very dark and gloomy day outside, which it's not helping at all. It's Friday, by the way, and February. It's February, can you believe? Oh, January was ridiculously long. It felt endless, and I usually like January, but somehow this year was not the greatest, unfortunately, but that's all right. That's all right. Let's try again with this month, with February. Let's begin. Let's start with what I'm wearing today. It's also a finished object, you know. Obviously. I am looking and feeling like a giant marshmallow. And that's okay as well. I enjoy this look. Well, as you can see, I finished Cozy Walk by Isabel Kramer. The shawl, my accidental, very impulsive cast on that I showed you last week, that I knit through in less than a week, and it's done. I'm wearing it like this with this shawl pin by Pinio Designs over old dress from I can't step back enough to show the whole thing, but you've seen this multiple times, and it's in a lot of my pictures where I show my knits. It's from the Linen Fox, and the earrings are designed by Kieto. Okay, and yes, they are pink typewriters. I hope they are not too noisy, but yes. So yeah, I finished this thing. It's what I'm wearing / my first finished object. I already said the pattern, Cozy Walk by Isabel Kramer. I need to take it off, right? To show it to you in all the glory. That's the pin, by the way. Just a nice silver spiral that I enjoy wearing. It's very nice when you have an open cardigan and then just, if you don't have buttons on a cardigan but you still want to keep it together, you just put that thing in. So it's a triangular shawl. I know I usually say that I don't enjoy this type of a shawl, but this is a nice exception because it doesn't feel too deep regarding the length, because what I find, it was started at the corner and then we were increasing all the way, like one edge. You get the idea. You like start here and then it widens. I usually don't enjoy that kind of shawls because I feel that they are not long enough, and if you make it long enough it gets too deep. But this one, for some reason, doesn't have that issue. Maybe it's the yarn, maybe it's the row and gauge ratio, like not row and gauge, stitch and row ratio, the gauge. That didn't make it too overwhelming. Or maybe it's the drapey yarn. Maybe it's the squishy, very fluffy, light yarn, because look, I have a candle here. Look what I mean. Yes, it is deep, but it's not overly deep. They usually hang sometimes at the knees when the tails are long enough to do this. This one doesn't do that. I think it's a great proportion, great size. I knit it in a similar base to the recommended yarn, but my own hand dyed. This is Kit to Yarn's Big Fluff in color Peony. It's not yet out, but it will be soon, hopefully next week. I had a lot of setbacks this week with all kind of things, so yeah, but doesn't matter. That's my work. I don't like to talk about my work during my free time, and now it's my free time. So I used 2 skeins of that, which is 200 grams. My shawl weighs 208 grams because the skeins are usually overweight. You get a bit more, which is nice. And the pattern calls for 2 skeins. I was first thinking that, will it be enough? I'm a loose knitter, I know myself, and I didn't go down the needle size. I used the recommended needle, which was 6mm US 10, I think. So I was like a bit wary about the yarn consumption. Like, will I have enough? Because if it's cut very close, I might run out because I'm a looser knitter. I use more yarn that way. Like, my stitches might be longer. Yeah, you know. But then it was actually enough. I'm not sure, did I knit the full border? Maybe I'm missing 2 rows on a border. I'm not sure. It had like this nice garter border, but the good thing is that you can finish anytime, or you can skip one whole repeat, and then it will be a bit smaller if you're worried about the yarn consumption. So this is a very nice fluffy yarn. It's mohair, Highland wool, and a bit of nylon. And it drapes beautifully. It weighs nothing. It weighs 200 grams, 208 in my case. The lace was lovely and mindless. Like, you could see what you're doing, even though the yarn was fluffy. If you have knit lace before, this is very, very simple lace to work on. And I didn't need the pattern. I could just read my knitting. So yeah, I can't wait to wear it outside. I haven't worn it outside because I was waiting to show it waiting to show it to you, and I actually just blocked it a couple of days ago and took it off the blocking board this morning. So yeah, I love the pattern. I love the yarn choice. I often get asked about yarn substitutions, and there are a lot of yarns you can substitute it with. I have seen a lot of people choosing Drops Air, which is a bit less fluffy. It's like tubing with a blown-in alpaca. That's great substitution. You can also use Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk or Drops Melody, which is thicker and fluffier. Or, for example, Isager Soft, great, will work beautifully as well, in my opinion. So, what else? I'm trying to think, but nothing now comes to my mind. But basically any fluffy yarn, and if it's not thick enough, you can hold it double. But I would definitely knit this in something a bit fluffy, even with a little fuss, because it adds to the charm, it adds to the overall feeling. The drape is lovely. I just want to live in this thing. I just want to live in this thing. Now, it will take a while to set it back, so I'll just wear it like this. Or no, how do I wear it? I'll just put it around in some way. So, oops. This is a small room. I keep hitting things. No, that's not pretty, is it? No, it's fine for now. If it bothers me, I'll take it off. So yeah, I feel very mature looking like this. There is something about it. No, it's very playful. But let's go to the next thing. I love this shawl. I'm happy I knit it. I got it out of my system because I saw it, I fell in love with it, and I had to have it, and I enjoyed the process. So, double points for everything. Okay, let's go to the next finished object. This one you have seen before, but now I have blocked it. It's my very simple knotted headband in Finnish sheep wool by Idän Kehräämä. I'll try it on. It's not... I I usually wear it when I have... What was that? Something is happening outside. Did you hear that noise? Anyway, I usually wear it with my hair in a bun when I go outside, but now it looks a bit it looks a bit strange with my flat long hair. Not the best look, but you get the idea. So I've been wearing it every single day this week. I usually put this on, then I put the hood on and then go walk the dog, because perfect. It doesn't slide, because if I put a hat under a hood, it tends to slide down. It's been very windy. We had one nice crisp day with the sunshine and frost, and then it turned iffy again, and now it's wet and windy and raining and like ew. So this has been great for the weather. I don't think it's my color. Could have chosen probably something a bit darker, or yeah, a bit more saturated. This is a bit pale. It washes me out, this very pale natural gray. But it's lamb's wool. It's not itchy, I would say. A teeny bit of prickle when it's warm, like now inside. Outside I can't feel it, but if it gets warm, yeah, maybe a little bit, but I can tolerate it. I'm okay with Finnish sheep wool. So there is no pattern for this. I just knit the tubing, then I seamed it, like twisted and seamed it here, and yeah. And then our little one, of course, our little one wanted one as well, so I knit her one as well. Hers is a bit more narrow, and hers is thicker. It's in DK. The other one is in, I think it was fingering weight, something like that. I don't remember. This was also fingering weight yarn, but I held it double, so that made it around DK, and I knit it in a different way. The idea is the same. It's a tube, but mine I knit in the round, like looping, and this one I knit as a double knitting, where you knit one, slip one with yarn in front. It does the same thing, but here you don't need to loop, you just knit back and forward. And I think this one has a nicer, flatter edge. This one has a bit rounded edge, and I think if I would have knit this in the round, it wouldn't sit as well. So yeah, and the yarn is a Lucky Skein, also by me, dyed many years ago. Sophia chose it from the shelf, and it's merino cashmere and nylon. So that's her little headband. I'm getting really warm in this, wrapped in mohair. So I've been making really small projects, working on small projects. Do I have any more finished objects? Oh, yes, I do. One more, but it's not knitting. You can see it right there. It's a cross stitch. Long story. Many years ago, I started this cross stitch. And then one of our dogs passed away. It's just a simple text. I made it myself. I just on a paper charted it out, and then I cross stitched it with my grandma's. Oh no, I left one bit of fluff there under glass. With my grandma's cross stitch floss that I got from her. I got a whole box of her old cross stitch stuff. Actually, embroidery. She didn't do cross stitch. My other grandma did. I have left all kind of fluff under the glass. I need to fix that. I need to open it up and clean it up. Well, yeah, you know, dogs. So I started this, and I was somewhere here when one of our old dogs passed away, and then I just put it aside. And now I found it again. It was lost for a while, and I looked all around this room, looking in all sorts of places. Where could I have put it? Well, I like structure. I like some kind of order, and turns out it was in a tin with embroidery floss, and I assumed it's just a plain piece of Ada fabric, but it was a big piece and I was just working in one corner of it. I don't know, for some reason I didn't cut it out and it was just tucked in. You couldn't see that. That's a project. I just thought, okay, that's just a piece of fabric. It was all the time where it was supposed to be, with the embroidery stuff. I have a tin where I keep everything, and it was there. I felt really stupid when I discovered, because I looked everywhere. I looked in the project bags, in a sewing box, in all the shelves and nooks and crannies here. Like, where could it be? I know it's here. I found it like last year when reorganizing the room, and I put it somewhere. Of course, it was exactly where it was supposed to be. My eyes were not seeing it. Does that happen to you when you're looking at it but you don't realize that's the thing you're looking? Usually that happens to my husband, and I need to go and point things out in a women's dimension, because he's in a man's dimension and doesn't see things in front of him. But now it happened to me. Now I know how that feels. No, not gonna judge him anymore. So yeah, I finished this little bit of cross stitch, and we will put it somewhere in the kitchen. We decided, yeah, don't feed the dogs. They lie, because they are trying to get more food. If one of the parents feed them, then they try to get more from the other one, pretend that they haven't eaten in a decade probably. That, come on, the hungriest dogs on earth. So a little reminder for the kitchen. And the frame is vintage. It's thrifted. I think I paid €1 or €1.50 for it. It's made in Finland. It has some yellowing on the side. It's a plastic frame made in Finland. I would say 80s, 70s. I would say 80s. But it felt like it's a good match. I have a little stash of frames. It wasn't picked for this specific project. I just picked it from my thrifted frame stash, and I think it was a good match. So there you go, a little bit of crochet. And now I think I have got my taste for some kind of embroidery back. Crochet. Did I say crochet? I meant cross stitch. I'm already thinking. I have a crochet project right here, and this is falling. I don't know how to. I'll just wear it like this. Now I'm gonna fuss with it around. Should I take a break and set it back? No, it's fine. So yeah, cross stitch, not a crochet. I'm trying to gather my brain. Keep it together, woman. A bit left, a bit of show and tell left. So very happy with it, and I want more. I know I have more things I could work on in my baskets. I have some kits. I have some embroidery kits. I have some all sorts of things. You know, when you've been crafting for long, you collect things. Oh, stay. And well, I have some things there. I don't know what I feel like I want to pick something next. But then I also feel like I should work on my knitting now. I need to finish a few things. Which takes us to WIPs. Those were all my finished projects, and let's go to WIPs. I have a few scattered around the floor for you today. Let's start with which one? Let's start with this one. This one is easy. Lovely bag by Bertie and Poppet, covered in mohair from the shawl. By the way, it wasn't shedding as much as I expected it to, even though it was light. My lap was pretty much clean after knitting on it. This one doesn't shed a lot because the wool keeps it nice and tight. Okay, it's not attached to a yarn ball, but it's not finished. It's not finished, but the body is. The body is finished. I tried it on. I really like the fit. It's loose, but it's not oversized. It's like very, very comfortable fit. It's my birthday cast on from last year, and it's Choose Your Own Fungi by Grey Owl Knits. and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. The idea of the pattern is that the designer gives you lots of little charts, and you can just place them however you want. You can just play around and basically make your own sweater. I'm very happy with it. It looks so good. It's very cheerful, and I can't wait. I should not be a baby about it and just start working on the sleeves, because colorwork sleeves. I don't wanna, but I really want the finished object. Yeah, so much fun. Love the colors, love all the little charts, frogs, mushrooms, everything. So, very happy sweater. That's all. I'm not gonna tell you more right now. I have talked about it so many times. You can see it in the previous episodes, starting from September. That's when I cast it on. If you want to know more about it. Okay. Send me positive affirmations that I would start the sleeves. I need a good motivation to start the sleeves. Except that I want the finished object, because I generally don't like knitting sleeves, but colorwork sleeves are somehow 10 times worse than regular sleeves. Well, I have another sweater there where I started colorwork sleeves and I just couldn't do it. It's still waiting for the inspiration and proper mood, and I don't know, planets aligning or stars aligning. Something needs to happen in the universe that I would pick it up and knit those colorwork sleeves. Okay, next one. another colorwork. Another colorwork. You probably can guess that I'm talking about Hindelooper Shawl by Chris Knits. This is the bit that I showed you last week. It hasn't grown because I put it aside. You can see it looks like a skirt, but it's gonna be a shawl. We will be cutting into it. But I started working on the other bit, which are 2 front panels, also knit in the round and then sticked. And I'm this far. I'm on a second chart. It's the same thing as the back, just I think this is even more stitches. Is it? Probably. I don't know, but it's a lot of knitting. So I'm this far on the second one. Yes, I have stitch markers here, so 2 pieces. This thing will make 2 pieces. That will be here. That's a tray from our grilling area that I borrowed for winter time to keep my knitted in plates. And I'm knitting it in knitted and held single. Yeah, knitted and single. It makes beautiful color work. And I don't think it's hard to knit with it. You just need to remember to be very relaxed, not pull anything, and then it works. I very rarely break any yarn. Very rarely. Usually like by accident, if it gets caught on something and I get up or put it down. And yeah, but it's easy to reattach. And I'm knitting mine on, I think, 3.5mm needles. This is on hold now until I catch up with this piece because of my limited yarn. I don't want to play yarn chicken, and if I run out of some of the colors, I want to substitute it in the same place that everything would match. Like if there is a different color, then it would be in the same place on both pieces. Or actually on all 3 pieces, because it will be 3 pieces in the end. Yeah, but that's it for now, for this project. I'll put it right there. It won't get caught on anything. Do I have anything else? Oh yeah, I have two more things. I'll quickly show you the Scrappy blanket that I'm making for my husband. This is crochet. That was cross stitch. This is crochet. Reminding myself. And I placed the progress keeper. There is a not little, quite big happy fox. It was a gift from a viewer, and I have done this much in a week. Doesn't look like much, but I think it's a decent progress. It's a blanket, and I work on it whenever I get in the mood, and just a bit here and there, and it's fully scrappy from this box. That's been bothering me because I'm just moving it from one corner to another in this room. It doesn't have a place, so I need to empty it, and I'm planning to do that by making this blanket. Husband asked for it for his work van, and that's what I'm doing. Just a very random, and it's linen stitch, and what, 5mm hook, size 8. That's very quick update on that. And then I'm trying to finish another thing for Sophia while we still have the weather for it. I honestly forgot about it. I cast it on when I was leaving for Knit to Pearl to Festival in the Netherlands in November. Oh. That's I pulled the band, the armband from the festival. I had it in a project bag. Another project bag by Bertie and Puppet. Look, I have everything. Everything matching, everything pink. It's Sophia's project. I love this bag. It's just the colors and the fox, and it makes me happy. I love all my bags, but this one has a special place in my heart, and it's small. It's just a drawstring, so I like taking it with me when I travel. Yarn Cozy. That holds a skein of Kit to Yarn's Big Sock in color Frozen Watermelon. That I had it left over from Sophia's sweater, the one with little hearts by Andrea Mauri. And I started a hat for her because she picked this color. The same color, by the way, she's been wearing the sweater a lot to school. She loves that sweater. It still fits, luckily. She has grown a bit again, but the sweater still fits. I made it a bit longer, and I don't know. I should probably save some yarn to extend the length, because it's gonna be fine on her. Just the length, the sleeves and the length of the sweater is what she grows. So I'm making a Musselburgh by Isolde Teague for Sophia in that color and in this yarn. I had it with me, that's why it's on tiny wooden needles that I could take it on the airplane, and I ended up not knitting on the airplane. Wasn't feeling it. Yeah, but I had it with me because we only traveled with hand luggage. I couldn't take proper metal needles. I do prefer metal needles. I sometimes like wooden needles if the yarn is very slippery. Then I switch to wooden needles, but mostly I knit with my metal interchangeables by Addi. And these are Knit Pro Basics, just a very cheap and cheerful pair of birch circulars. They are alright. I don't mind them at all. And I bought them in size 3.25. just to have that size in my stash, because I don't have a lot of that. And I thought, why not? So, DK weight Musselburgh for Sophia. My gauge is all over the place because I've been knitting it on a trip, knitting it in a car, knitting it at home a bit now, and that's what I've been trying to work on, just to finish it. So yeah, those are all my whips for now. I have more, but they are hibernating. I'm also preparing to finally film the whip episode. Sophia is at the grandparents this Saturday, so I'm hoping, if I'm feeling alright, I could try to film it on Saturday. No promises though, because it's been a bit not great, not ideal. But yeah, let's talk about one more thing that a lot of you have been messaging me and leaving comments that what about make along from our books that we've been collecting and storing and loving and buying and not knitting from them. So I thought it's a great idea. Let's start make along from your bookshelf. And I decided, I went to Instagram to check what hashtags are used, and I found that CosyBookshelfMAL is available. CosyBookshelfMAL. Cozy with an S. Let's put it British style because that's how I write it. Probably could do it both ways. Could use both hashtags, but let's do it with an S. Then everything is in one place. So you don't have to participate on Instagram. Like, the idea is that you go to your lovely knitting or craft bookshelf, the bookshelf where are all your craft books, and you pick the one that you have not knit anything from, or maybe if you have knit maybe one thing or two things, just pick a book and knit something from it, or crochet something from it, or sew or embroider, any kind of books. That's why it's a MAL. Just something crafty, creative, and from all the lovely books that you have there. I have a few that I have knit. I haven't knit anything from. Sorry, words are hard today. And I'm excited about the idea. So let's do that. Let's say it will run till the end of the year. Why to stress and rush and worry? We don't need extra stress. So just pick a book. It needs to be a printed book or magazine. Magazines are fine as well. And make something. And you don't need to finish to participate. I will make a hashtag on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, there is a very, very, very silent Ravelry group on Ravelry, my group for Finnish Knitting Stories. I could make a thread there if you would like to chat or show your pictures there. I'll do that. I'll link it down below. And then if you're not on any of those platforms but you would still like to share, you can email it to me, to this email. And I can actually share it on podcast as well. So here, I'll be sharing what everybody's making. So don't forget to mention which book as well. What pattern, what book, and what are you making? And of course in the comments. We can't add pictures in the comments, unfortunately, but yeah. But you can share if you want to make something. And will it slide? No, don't fall. Of course. A while ago, Lina Publishing was having a sale, and I picked this book up. I bought it already last year. It's called Tiny Friends by Tomomi Mimura, and it's lovely. And that's what I'm gonna make something from this book for the make along. I have had it, I have looked at it, I've been honestly probably too scared or like not confident enough to start anything from it. They are tiny animals made in this embroidery technique that I have never tried before, but I think I'm gonna give it a go. Let me show you something. From it, look at those things. I've been thinking that maybe Bunny, the one that's on the cover, that one, a little bunny would be nice. There are all kinds of animals. There's a cat and tiger and dog, and I love the kangaroo as well. Look at the kangaroo, the cheeks on that kangaroo. So a lot of lovely animals and mouse. Or should we make a mouse? I don't know. See, I can't even decide which one to make. But one of them I will make. So you basically take a piece of fabric and all your lovely threads. I'm planning to use I'm planning to use just yarn, just knitting yarn, because I have my box. Why is it dusty? Because I've been moving stuff around. So I'm planning to use just my little leftover balls and embroider with using these. So if you'd like to join, you're very welcome to join our cozy bookshelf MAL. And yeah, there will be prizes. Books? Anyone? More books? No, we will do something else. We will figure it out on the way. But yeah, for now on, let's just have fun and put those books to good use. Okay. Knit and chat. Let's do knit and chat, because I should probably wrap it up. I'll knit on Sophia's hat. I still haven't started my knit and chat project. I'll do that after the whip episode. Not to add more whips to my list. So yeah, what's new around here? I already told you about the weather, which is not great. Kiddo had a really great birthday last week, and he had the best birthday with his friends. He loves his chickie. Chickie is named Kevin. I'm also planning to make Sophia a chicken. I already gathered a little basket of pink yarns. I promised it for Friendship Day, Valentine's Day, which is Valentine's Day everywhere else. So I have 1 week. I was thinking I could do it tomorrow if she's not here. If she's at grandma's, I could do it tomorrow, and then that she wouldn't see me making the chickie, and I would surprise her with a little chicken. And then maybe I could get Clucky back, because you see, empty spot, that's where Clucky used to sit, and now Clucky is in Sophia's room and I can't get Clucky back. But she's very happy there, because you know, unlimited corn at the tea parties. Sophia has a little plastic corn in her kitchen, and she cooks that for Clucky, and they are having fun together. They're having fun. There is a bunny, Clucky, and sometimes one of the dogs joins them for a tea party. Lima still doesn't know how to behave at tea parties. She just wants to eat everything, including the cups and plates, and that's not a good behavior. Jackie is a bit better at tea parties. I have a picture somewhere. I'm wondering, can I find it? When Sophia was little, there is the cutest picture of my husband, Sophia, and Jackie having a tea party. If I can find it, I'll put it in. Yeah, I should probably take new pictures from the tea parties, but it's usually pretty wild, and sometimes I'm not invited because it's full. It's max capacity. Yes. So that one. So we're teaching Lima how to be a lady and behave properly at the tea parties. What else? What else? So I'm planning to do that. Maybe I could start that animal, at least find the fabric and draw the body parts to embroider on it. And then maybe just grab the yarn and start working on it. I've been in the mood of trying something new. Or maybe something old and forgotten. And yeah, then I still have some mending to do again. Another husband's sweater. He just keeps wearing through like Loppy. All the edges keep breaking after a year or two, and I'm now being smart and re-knitting the ribbing with a strand of sock yarn, because whatever is plain light Loppy, he just chews through it. I don't know how he does it. I just fixed one sweater, and now the next one is in line for fixing. It just, I don't know, he wears through the edge. It just, the yarn gets worn. I don't know, breaks. So I'm reinforcing it with a strand of sock yarn for the ribbing, for the sleeves and the bottom ribbing. Top ribbing never breaks. It's the bottom one that's rubbing against the belt and pants and whatever else. Probably the jacket that he wears outside sometimes on top of the sweater. So I don't know. And sometimes he breaks the bottom ribbing with the seat belt. Yeah. Then I had an idea of painting the place in the house that I have no idea how do you call it in English. In Finnish it's called tuulikaappi, so basically like wind cabinet, wind closet. It's very common in Nordic countries and generally where it's colder, that especially in older houses, that when you come in you have this little entrance bit with 2 doors. It's to block the cold out, that you open one door, you usually take your shoes off there, and then there is the second door, that all the cold doesn't go straight into your house. We bought the paint a while ago and we still haven't painted. I wanted to paint before kiddo's birthday, but then we ran out of time, and now this week I've been feeling a bit shabby, so I don't know, will it again be pushed forward to spring, but I'm so in the mood of painting it, and I don't know if I have enough energy to do everything. I just wish I would have more time and more energy for things. Oh yeah. Then I've been requested a new batch of muffins. The ones for kiddo's birthday turned out really good. I made him what did I put there? I put some nuts and dried cranberries, yeah, and then a little bit of, yeah, like chocolate chip, and those were delicious, and kiddo wants some more. I've been thinking of making I had a recipe for a banana coconut once, and I like coconut. Not so much banana, but my husband likes banana, so I was thinking, yeah, okay, banana coconut sounds good. But now I don't remember where I saved the recipe somewhere. I can probably just use my regular muffin recipe and just, instead of other things, put plug in bananas and coconut. So yeah, I've been experimenting with baking. Actually, nothing much have been happening. I've been at work preparing yarn for an update, but now I'm not sure if update is gonna happen, because I took photos of the yarn earlier and in the week, and they didn't come out great. The light wasn't ideal, and I would need to redo the photos, and I don't know when. It's a lot of work, and then you're trying just to do everything. Lots of setbacks this week, just tiny things on your way, like technology wise, and yeah, I again had some things that broke down at work, and yeah, I didn't have light for one day, because first I thought the bulb went broken, but then turns out it was the light fixture, and very frustrating. Like nothing major, but little things like that, just they are eating your time, your precious time. Yeah, but not really important, right? So tell me, how have you been? Tell me what you're working on. Tell me if you would like to join our Cozy Bookshelf MAL. I think it was a great idea. Thank you to everyone who suggested it. There were several people who said we need a knit along, but let's do a MAL that the crocheters would be included, and if you want to do some other craft, any craft as long as it's from a book. So let's do that, and I don't think I have anything else for now. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and I will hopefully record that whip special. Let's hope there is light tomorrow, because today I'm I'm on the last. I'm on the last drops of light. It's already late afternoon, and I still need to clean the house and make dinner. Hopefully, boys want to make dinner, like my husband and kiddo. I hope they went to grocery store now to get some food for a weekend, because I said no, I don't wanna go. It's Friday. It's full of people, very peoply out there, and I would rather sit here and chat to my lovely crafty people, to my woolly people. You are my woolly people. Oh, I'm just so grateful for this. I don't have a lot of friends in real life. Shocker. this hermit, this introverted hermit that just sits in sits in the forest and knits on things, does not have a lot of real life friends. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Or the friends I have, they are also very busy. They have jobs and kids, and it's very hard to meet. So I'm very grateful for our weekly chatters, for our time here, and I'm glad I can keep you company whenever you need it. I'm here. Just come here. I'm usually here. Yeah. So bye for now. Take care. Knit a lot, or maybe do some cross stitch with me. Or embroidery. Let's do some embroidery. And I hope you have a nice week or weekend whenever you're watching this, and I will see you next time. Heippa!